What's up, guys? Welcome. So I was gonna write something up, but I decided today to do a video. I already did like 3 minutes of this, and then it got cut because I only had 2 minutes on my other phones. It's like my old phone I'm recording on. 2 minutes of space. So basically, today I wanted to kind of like first I'll explain all the new followers because I haven't really made videos lately. That I used to vlog a lot. I used to do like a lot of my content was like video stuff. These days it's been more written, but basically I want to talk about a few things here. I want to get right to it because I know that people tune out pretty quickly from videos. If you're into astrology, right? The most important thing, the most overlooked aspect of astrology, and this might seem obvious to some people, but it needs to be repeated time and time again, is aspects, important aspects. Let me give you an example. So what is an aspect? An aspect is a angular relationship, right? An important angular relationship between two planets. Now, the aspects I'm talking about are between an inner planet, the big three, Sun, Moon, Ascendant, and then Venus, Mercury, and Mars, and outer planets. And the type of aspects, which are the angles I'm talking about, are the opposite. The opposition, 180 degrees away, right? Or in an orb, it doesn't have to be exact. The square, 90 degrees, and the conjunction, 0. Those are the three main, most important aspects. Of course, like you can have a quincunx, which is 150 degrees, but like for those, it's got to be like exact or within like 1 degree. While the other ones, there's more of like it can be 6 degrees or 7 degrees away if it's Sun opposite Pluto or something like that, right? And there's a debate about that, but basically, to understand astrology, you have to really learn about aspects, or it's just not gonna make sense to you. Like with all of my current students, like I stress this, like I cannot stress this more, that it's more than important to understand and to be able to look at a chart and not just see, sun in this sign, moon this sign, ascendant this sign. That's good stuff. It's better than just the sun sign. And Mars, Venus, Mercury, all that. It's good to know about this. What house they're in. That's good stuff too, right? It's like we're increasing the level and the percentage of total understanding, right? If you think of astrology, each chart is like a 1,000-piece puzzle. We're adding each one represents like another little piece, but we're still missing. And every chart is different, right? Some charts, they don't have any of these like huge aspects. But let me give you an example. Like I was just random example. Okay, so let's say there's someone that has a Leo Sun, Cancer Moon. Just leave it at that, right? They come to me, they say, "Hey Jesse," maybe like they're like, just like some random person, not even like a client, just someone that I meet in the street or out or something like that. And they're like, "Hey, you're an astrologer. Tell me something about myself." I'm like, "Okay, what's your moon sign? What's your sun sign? What's your ascendant?" They're like, "Okay, Leo rising, or Leo sun, Cancer moon. I don't really know my rising." I'm like, all right, well, just really basically, Cancer moons are typically pretty emotional. They're typically pretty in touch with their emotions. They can sometimes be referred to as the crybaby of the zodiac, but it's not a bad thing because in psychology, just energy in general, being in touch with your emotions are energies, right? So when you repress your emotions, it ends up biting you in the ass, and it builds up in the unconscious. So it's like you're just like pushing it away, but eventually you have to deal with it. So Cancer moons are very good, even if in the moment they might feel that sadness, they might feel this and that. They're very good at handling it, at not repressing it, at meeting their own emotional needs, knowing what they need to be emotionally comfortable. And there's a whole bunch of other stuff. And then let's say I say that to the person, and she goes, "Oh, but I'm not emotional. I don't cry. I'm very like actually the opposite of that, And then I'd be like, okay, person, show me. I'm gonna take a little bit of time right now. What time were you born? Let's open up your birth chart, So, and this actually happened recently, so it's kind of like a version of this. So then that person shows me their chart. I'm like, in my head, I'm like, I guarantee you she has. This actually happened. So I'm like, I don't think she's a Leo. I think maybe she was. Yeah, she was a Leo. Yeah, and I was like, I guarantee you she has her moon in Cancer square Saturn. I just knew. I knew from experience. I mean, I didn't know no, because you can't always know no, but it was my conviction. I even said it out loud. But I didn't say like you definitely have it. I was like, I have a feeling that you have like either like most likely a square. It just sounded like a square, right? Sure enough, your boy was correct. She had her moon. You know, I think it was like a 2 degree. It was like so it'd be 92 degree between angle between you know, a square between her moon and Saturn. And what did that do? Well, that makes it so Saturn, regardless of what your moon sign is, Saturn makes vulnerability, it makes emotional expression, it makes everything related to the whole list I told her about the Cancer moon. It prohibits that, it restricts that. It makes it, you know, there's a whole list of what that aspect means. You know, you can literally, if you have it, like search articles and long YouTube videos about it. But really, you know, it can make someone, even with a Cancer moon, feel repressed and feel like a big fear of actually letting their emotions out and actually feeling what's really there. So it's a very, very difficult aspect. So that's just an example, because like imagine, so now let's go back, right? Imagine had I just like not known about the aspects, and I just told her that, right? Like, how much of the story, and this is just like the sun and the moon. This is not like, we're not talking about Mars. You know, you can have like Mars, Venus, like we're not talking about what house your, you know, Pluto's in or your Saturn's in. Like, it goes on and on and on. So imagine like that there's even more than that. But like what I was saying is like that changes the entire picture. And I don't have enough time to like explain to you guys everything. You can look it up of like what moon. Just search moon square Saturn on Google. God, I got a little bit of sun. Just search that and you'll see like what that can do. And then you can search like what like a normal Cancer moon is. You probably have your own ideas. Oh my god, my allergies are getting so bad. Like, got a massage today finally, first time in so long. I was like holding my nose the whole time, sneezing so bad. But anyways, basically aspects rule. They're the most important thing. Not the most important, but like if you have like a chart, like which most of my clients like they have like you know, like I'll talk about the sun and the moon, and then I'll be like, oh wait, you know, regardless of whatever I just said, I don't give a shit what you have as your sun and your moon. If let me think of an extreme example. Hold up. Okay. So someone who has no water in their chart whatsoever, they have no water. Let's say they're a Capricorn sun, and their moon is in Aquarius. Yeah, there you go. So their moon's in Aquarius, their sun's in Capricorn, and they have a square between the moon in Aquarius and Neptune. So Aquarius moon people are known for, you know, there's a tendency with air moons, Gemini, Libra, Aquarius, to kind of have this like, I always call it this like on-off switch with emotions. It sounds kind of sociopathic. It's not. It's just like they process things differently when you have like one of these air moons, right? So when you have it square Neptune though, Neptune, that makes you feel everything so intensely, right? That makes you feel like the world and the zeitgeist and the collective energy, collective suffering, you know, other people's energy. And it almost makes it so your moon, yeah, it's an Aquarius, which, like I said, can have that potential for being kind of like separated from their emotions and not really like, you know, very aloof emotionally and preferring logic over emotions, and you know, at one time being very, very humanitarian and very, very involved with like the world at large. But then when it comes to like personal relationships, there can be like a lack of like being able to really, really get close and really not really liking that vulnerability. It feels like sticky and weird. I'm a Venus and Mars in Aquarius, so yeah. But that Neptune energy would really, really change things. And squares, also one thing I want to say about aspects is that they're not bad. This is You know, and I always say, like, for people who watch all my videos, like some people like click off after 2 minutes, you really get rewarded when you stay the whole time, because I always drop the bomb, or what I consider to be the most important part, towards the end. It always happens. People look at squares. Oh, here's 2 crystals. Squares and oppositions, and they think, oh, like some people can become kind of like victim mentality, like, you know, like, oh shit, I'm screwed, like, fuck, like, goddamn, this is horrible. That's not true. There's a karmic meaning. The whole point of having squares and oppositions, and in some cases some difficult conjunctions, right? Like these really, we call them dynamic aspects, because we don't want to use the words bad or good in astrology. The whole point is that it's and I say this so often. It's like the athlete who starts off having like weak arms naturally, but works so hard, and then by the end, or like by midlife, you know, after all the hard work, then they have the strongest ones, and then they're the best, compared to the person that has the easier chart, maybe like, you know, with the natural indicators of you know, of whatever that strength is metaphorically, and they can get complacent, you know, they can get kind of lazy. So what I'm trying to say is that these are superpowers. You have to think of your difficult aspects. This is the boom, boom, boom moment. It's at 11, around 11:15. I'll remember that. The big boom, boom moment is that you have to not have a fatalistic attitude towards your difficult aspects, and you have to think of how they can become a superpower. So in the example I gave, the second example, well, the person had no water in their chart, which means that they might not be so in touch with like compassion. Doesn't mean they're not compassionate, but they might have emotional struggle. They might struggle to connect emotionally, intuitively, right? Like feeling other people's energy, stuff like that. But with that Neptune connection to the moon, it can become a superpower that actually gives them that water they're missing, gives them that compassion, gives them that ability to feel other people's pain, and to heal other people, to heal themselves, to really get in touch with their emotions. And it's the same thing with the emotional, like the first example with the moon in Cancer square. And I know I'm just giving moon examples. It can go from, for sun, moon, Venus, Mars, mainly Mercury too, ascendant. Yeah, I mean, I don't know, like I don't really I look at ascendant and midheaven aspects, but like not at the same level, because they're not planetary points, they're angles. But basically, like, with that first example, it's just like Saturn, every Saturn aspect gets easier after 30. So she may, so one thing that happens when you overcome these difficult aspects is that you have this sense of gratitude, this sense of like, in this case it would be like emotional, like she had to work for what she got, she had to work for what she gained. And Saturn at its highest has to do with staying power, right? Loyalty. So it could create someone who had to work really, really hard to gain access to their emotions, but through that work, they gained more than they even signed up for, right? It put them on a I guess you could say like on a path that they would have never otherwise gone on. So remember this: when you have difficult parts of your chart, they are there for a reason. They're there for a reason, and they're there to improve your life. They're there to long-term improve your life, even if they seem, in the moment, when you're going through the worst parts of them, which is usually when we're younger, even if they seem like they're just like curses. Don't look at them like that. Look at them like superpowers. All right, that's it, guys. Let me know in the comments what you think. Yeah, that's all I got today. I was going to talk about some other stuff, but 15 minutes is the limit. About to get some readings. I have one more special available. Check my story. And yeah, let me know what you guys think. All right. Ciao, ciao. Bye. Peace.